It has been forever, but welcome back, GamerGenusTV and me. What's up, everybody? I know it's been a long layoff since my last video, but Heart of the Swarm is out now. Yeah. And we can all give a collective cheer. So, I have been working a lot lately, so I haven't got a lot of videos in. But with the release of Heart of the Swarm, I just finished up the campaign a couple days ago, started up the multiplayer, and it is awesome. So if you don't have it, go get it now. Also, get my coffee. Delicious coffee. Oh yeah. It's good coffee. It's really good coffee. So, I have a game for you today. Heart of the Swarm. Oh yeah. One of my games that I played with a friend. I've been practicing a lot, and I have made the transition to Zerg for the Swarm. So, it's pretty damn cool, I'm not gonna lie. All the new features, all the new stuff is awesome. The new units are great. The campaign was fucking amazing. The story was awesome. The whole new evolution system I thought was really fun. And go buy it now. But without further ado, let's get into the game, eh? Okay, so check it out. We've got the Protoss player. Let's go ahead and start it up. The Protoss player, my buddy, made a working stiff. Man works too much, clearly. And down in the bottom left corner, we have me playing Zerg. How scary. So we are on one of the new maps. I believe this is called Neoplanet S. It's actually kind of a fun map. It's got a very open. Or no, not this one. This one's not very open. This one has a very kind of closed off choke right there. And the third's kind of, well, you can close it off up here, but right here is a big opening, which is always good for Zerg, for counterattacks and such. So, this is a longer macro game, which I played less than a week ago. But I just wanted to show you guys this game for one reason. I am going to teach you the newest, best trick as a Protoss player. And it's called Build VoidRayZ. So, we're going to check that out a little bit later. Right now, we're actually going to speed her up. Go Speed Racer, go! So, kind of see the blinky APM spam going on there. It's wonderful. And I believe I go 15 hatch, 15 pool, yeah. Which is very standard for me. I do that almost 80% of my games, if not more. I'll go 15 hatch, 15 pool. But I'm actually thinking of going with a different build now because of the way the new changes kind of force Zerg players not to be able to just kind of sit back and drone up and get all kinds of economy. You really have to be more aggressive early in the game, otherwise it's just so hard later on. And a lot of the cool new changes too came with layer tech, which was my favorite. Hydra's actually got a big buff, so I've been playing a lot of Roach Hydra games, which is awesome. You see me here just trying to kind of deny his expansion, but he's not even expanding. So kind of pointless running around right now. And back at my base, I'm just kind of droning up, getting my first gas finally. Spawning pools down, do not have any gas for blah blah blah, the things that are doing, that you do when you're Zerg. And you see Working Stiff getting mighty greedy, just mighty greedy, and trying to take my gold expansion. This is a very risky play, one I definitely do not recommend, because it's going to get seen. I see it right here after I take down his probe and that pylon he had put down, And that was finished. He can't cancel it, and it is going to go down so very fast. Okay, well, not very fast, but it is going to go down. So at this point, I'm sure he's kind of panicked. Oh, except he's got a Stargate, and he's Protoss. Why panic? Why panic when you can build VoidRayZ? VoidRayZ, VoidRayZ, massing up those VoidRayZ. Okay. So we're going to slow it back down to faster speed now because we're going to get into some action here soon. You see I built a bunch of lings and roaches. Lings and roaches. Lings and roaches. Basically just for defense. I'm kind of scouting around for proxy pylons, but he is bringing in a small force, checking for my third, which I don't have up yet, and he's got a couple of VoidRayZ out while he's kind of left his natural unprotected, but as Protoss, you just warp in, you know, a few zealots, and you just take out any lings that go to counterattack. But on my front, I'm getting my macro hatch down because I haven't taken my third yet. I need that extra larva to continue production, and I am currently morphing in, what do we have? Some roaches and some lings, getting a couple spore crawlers down because I did notice that VoidRayZ flying around. A little bit worried about it. Got me an extra queen, getting some creep spread going. I really want to take this third now, but I don't have the units to counter those VoidRayZ, so I got to get that Hydra Den down, like right now. Right now. Right now. It's got to go down. Oh wait, do I even have lair yet? Hell no. Okay, so big mistake. Not getting lair. We're 10.5 minutes into the game. I don't have lair yet. It's finally getting started. That was a big mistake. So I can't even produce anti-air units. All I have are my Queen's Witch and spore crawlers, which are all defensive units. So I can't go out and put any pressure on his natural or his third if he were to have one. Not sure why he flew all the way down here. But let's see. He's got his proxy pylon up. He's definitely looking to be aggressive now. I'm just trying to get my creep spread going up towards my third so I can have it a little bit better defended. Oh my god, where's that Hydra Den? Still waiting for the lair. Tisk tisk. How bad. I'm not very good at Zerg, I'm not gonna lie. But I do get an extra queen in there. And I am just getting, you know, a ton of spore crawlers down. I just want to play defensive, try and get to that Hydra Den so I can actually, you know, move out and be somewhat mobile. But then come in the VoidRayZ. The VoidRayZ, oh, the VoidRayZ. They're terrifying. If you really want to scare any Zerg player, just build a bunch of VoidRayZ. And it's not fun, I'm not gonna lie. Infestors did get kind of a nerf. Their fungal ability is now actually a missile that can take, you know, longer to get there than the units stay, I suppose. I don't know how to better say it, but anyway, you can miss your fungal growths just by them. They can dodge fungal growths. How about that? That's a better way of saying it. Players can now dodge fungal growths. They're slower. They don't do as much damage. And, you know, the cost of infestors is still so gas intensive. It's just not easy to build them and use them. Right now I made a bunch of lings. I still don't have ling speed, my god. And no lair. No fast lair, no ling speed. Where the hell did all that gas go? Oh, that's where, in the bank. Useful. Useful banking gas. For no reason. But I am about to get that Hydra Den up. Okay, it's already up. Making some Hydras now. All 4 of them. God, I need more larvae. How much larvae do I have? Just 3. Not good. I really needed that third much sooner. I needed to get that lair and get those Hydras out much faster. That way I would be able to push off all these. He's only got 3 VoidRayZ out right now. And, you know, a handful of Hydra would have been just fine in taking those down. And I did get that Ling counterattack to come in here, but those few VoidRayZ, this small army composition was able to hold it off. I didn't really get much damage in. What I should have done is actually run a handful of those lings up into here just to kind of check the tech as well. I would have seen that there is only one Stargate. I would have missed the fleet beacon because I hadn't been checking at that time. I do have a total of, what, 6 Hydras out now, getting their speed so they can move a little bit faster off creep, getting another 12 Hydras. And I am finally putting down that third. So, it's taken me entirely too long. It's 15 minutes into the game. I should be at least on my 4th base right now. But because he got VoidRayZ out so early, or not technically really early, but much faster than I was able to get to my Hydras because of that mistake, he's able to hold me back just on 2 bases. Now he is bringing in a handful of units, and I am not attacking. My God, how slow. I need to micro these better. Get in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to push this back. That's way too many Hydras for those few VoidRayZ and Stalkers to handle. So I'm going to keep this third. I'm going to get it going hopefully very soon. And you notice I have all my Hujamajus over my Spore Crawlers, so they don't get sniped so easily. And I'm getting my +1 range. I know that he's going heavy Stargate, so I'm going into heavy Hydras. Let's see, I've got, what, 14 right now? And I'm getting a Spire. In retrospect, I believe this was a mistake. Because I want to go to Mutas, because I know Mutas do well against VoidRayZ, but I think trying to go Hydras and Mutas at the same time on 2 bases, only just now getting a third going, I didn't have, okay, I have a ton of gas in the bank, but still, it didn't work out. I wasn't able to, how do I say this? I wasn't able to produce enough Hydras and enough Mutas at the same time. And it was actually less of an issue with gas, although it's about to be, because those Mutas are going to come anytime soon, and they take up a butt ton of gas. And Hydras take up a good amount of gas for the amount that you need. So, but I think the problem was more the larva. I am on 3 bases plus a macro hatch, so I do have a good amount of larva. I'm almost maxed out. He's sitting on 127, finally getting his third going, and I'm just planning down my 4th. So things have kind of stabilized at this point, but there is one big issue that I want to point out, and I did get a lot of Mutas. Okay, so one big issue that I want to point out is in danger for me is the man is continuing to produce VoidRayZ, and he has a lot. So that's always bad. Tons and tons of VoidRayZ. Even though Mutas do well against them, they are not a hard counter to them. So it's not like I can take a smaller number of Mutas against his VoidRayZ and win. It's just not going to work that way. Okay, sorry. But my biggest issue throughout this entire game is I did not upgrade my ground army at all. They stay on 0-0 the entire game. But I was able to, actually, we're going to back that up. I want to see that. Back it up, back it up. Okay, so I'm able to get in there, and I'm taking down a good number of probes. These are the only 2 Stalkers here to counter these Mutas, so it looks like a great play right now. But then I see a ton more Stalkers coming down, and I know he's got plenty of VoidRayZ to help those out. So I'm going to pull back for now, use their speed and that new regeneration bonus that they get, just to kind of use them as harassment. I'm just going to keep harassing these probes right here with those Mutas while I get up as many. Oh, that's just not enough Hydras. So I'm continuing with this Muta idea, and we'll see how that works out. So things actually, they have stabilized now. I'm on my 4th base. It's not producing anything yet, but it is there, which is always good. So I'm going to get these Hydras in. I'm going to do as much damage to all these VoidRayZ as I can. He's going to try and swing around and take out that base, but I'm not going to let him. I'm going to keep cutting them off. But the problem is, I just don't have enough Hydras to deal with this many VoidRayZ, and they're unupgraded. No upgrades, poor little Hydras. So He's going to do the safe play and just back off right now because those VoidRayZ are expensive, regardless of how many Hydras he is able to kill. You don't really want to lose the VoidRayZ at all, if you can. So I'm going to continue not upgrading anything except my air, which is continuing to do plenty of harassment, but at the same time I don't want to lose these mutas because they too are expensive. But I am able to take out most of the probes at his natural. I don't really know about this third yet, and even if I did, I do not want to mess with this Templar. Okay, well, guess what? Now I know about it. Hooray! So I'm actually doing fairly well against these Templar. I've taken down a number of them. He's storming my roaches and hydras, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but still. I believe this is a good exchange so far. I'm dropping him down in supply a good bit while I'm still almost maxed out. But he is continuing to upgrade those motherfucking VoidRayZ. And so, at the same time while I'm hitting this third, I did come back in with these mutas to attack his natural again. Just kind of continually harassing. But this is the problem right here. There's just too many VoidRayZ for me to deal with, and it was a bad engagement. We're going to pull it back real quick just so we can watch that. Back it up. Who sings that one? I don't know. So I get a kind of a bad engagement right here. I don't have my entire army in place. They're still slow. Good God. Yeah, they're slow. He has no upgrades for his ground units either, but his VoidRayZ are three weapons. They have 3 weapons and 2 armors. They have tons of weapons and tons of armor. So he obliterated that push. It was still a good trade for me because I've taken out so many of his probes that is natural, and I just took out his third. So I'm still doing well right now. The only problem is he's going to come counterattack with a shitload of VoidRayZ. The VoidRayZ. And he does take down that hatchery finally. I'm only just now evacuating these probes, and our drones rather. They're not really going to make it. I get some roaches in to try and deal with this because I'm so gas starved now. I don't have the gas to continually make the hydras that I need to take on these VoidRayZ. And he's taking the gold. What a dick. Hey Richard, you're a dick. You try and take mine, and then later on you take yours. And it's just so insulting how low his supply was compared to mine, 2 minutes ago. And how well these VoidRayZ just murder everything I can do because since he took out that 4th and he's about to take out this 3rd, I don't have the gas income I need. And those 2 gas geysers at my main should have had 3 on each, but a lot of the times whenever I get low on minerals, I'll double click all my drones and then move them to the new base, which leaves only the 1 per gas geyser, the 1 drone per gas geyser that's in there. So that's a mistake I'm gonna have to work on as well. So I finally get some hydras, and that's good, right? And God, why am I continuing to upgrade my mutas when really I should be upgrading my hydras? That was a mistake, but I am continuing to harass here. I do take out this natural base. There wasn't a whole lot left there though for him to mine, so it wasn't like a huge deal. It wasn't the game changer. And I don't believe I ever knew about this base throughout the game. So he's gonna go counterattack again with his VoidRayZ. All the motherfucking VoidRayZ. God, how I hate them. Okay, so I do the wonderfully panic Zerg and build a ton of spore crawlers. So I'm pretty much locked in right here in my natural and in my main. I just have so many freaking spore crawlers. He's not going to be able to bust this for a while, even with that many VoidRayZ. It's going to take him a while because he's going to suffer so many losses to his air that he doesn't want. So I'm okay for now, but I still have the same problem in that I only have two drones mining gas at my main and 6 at my natural, and that's it. That is all the gas income I have for a late game army. It is still lair tech, so it's not like I'm trying to make, you know, tons of brood lords or anything, but hydras are still gas heavy, and he still has ungodly numbers of voidrays. So many. Because I cannot count past, what is that, 15? I cannot count to, that's not even right, is it? 13. Coffee makes you smart. If you drink coffee, then you can count better. So, even though that's not really, you know, that many voidrays, they just do so much damage, especially to structures, to anything armored. They just do tons of damage. So, intellectually, the idea is to go with light units that shoot air, have high DPS, i.e., hydras, tons and tons of hydras. So I'm stabilizing again. I'm getting my supply back over his. He's only mining off of this gold now. I'm getting tons of hydras and lings to deal with stalkers and voidrays. That would be the good idea for countering his build. I'm not microing them very well, but the thing is, they just get obliterated. Just absolutely obliterated. And I am forced to GG. There were so many times, almost throughout the entire game, I was ahead in supply. I had a bigger army, and I should have won. I was doing better harassment. Well, the harassment was fairly equal. He did take out my 4th and my 3rd with those voidrays. That was more of a push. I was able to take out his 3rd and then use my mutas to take out his natural. So, anyway, the point of this game is make voidrays if you're Protoss and then upgrade the ever-living fuck out of them. And if you are a Zerg, just keep making hydras and hope for the best and upgrade them. Go get your mother effing Evo chambers and upgrade them. And maybe hydras, or not hydras, vipers would have been a good idea as well for blinding cloud. That way I'd be able to use my +1 range hydras to deal a lot more damage, and the voidrays aren't a fast unit, so I think if I would have gone to vipers, that would have helped a lot as well. But that requires hive tech, and I am notoriously bad about actually teching up the hive. Hooray for being a new Zerg player. Hooray for sucking. Hooray for losing. That's not good. So I want to give a shout out to Working Stiff. Thanks, man. I appreciate all the games that we play. It helps a lot. Congratulations on your recent promotion into gold, which, by the way, I just did my placement matches in Heart of the Swarm for the first season, and I got put into silver. Just ram it all up in there. Just, it's bad. So I'm going to be playing a lot more as Zerg, I think. I am trying to resist the temptation of switching back to Toss, because I know Toss is really strong now with the ability to go air, and it's a lot of fun. I played with it a lot in the beta, and oracles are fucking awesome. Love Oracle opening into a skytoss. It's just tons of fun. But I think I'm going to continue with Zerg, do my best to try and figure it out. I'm actually thinking of doing more like a 14 gas, 14 pool into an expansion type build, just to apply a lot more pressure early on as Zerg. That way I am the aggressive player rather than sitting back on my 1 or 2 bases just trying to drone up and get that economy going. Play aggressive and make the other players react to what I'm doing rather than the other way around. So I'm going to give it a try, and I will update you on that. Until then, peace, guys. It's been Eldris with GGTV. Send me replays to GamerGenusTV@gmail.com if you would like me to analyze them, cast them, whatever you want. Send them over. I'm also looking at other games such as MOBAs and FPS games, other RTS. If it's a game that I don't really understand, I will do my best to learn about it and then cast it. So, and again, thanks everybody. Peace out. Appreciate it.